We're in. We're in. I don't even know what attempt of episodes this is anymore, so I'm just going to say hi, guys, and welcome to the Poddy Wally.
No, it's over. It's
I
over.
don't know what the fuck they're saying.
I hit record and Taylor's fucked up his
Here we go.
sound instantly.
Me fucking cunt. Oh,
You bastard.
I'm having a fucking nightmare there trying to get that.
So you're in? You're good, yeah? We good?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, boys.
No, it's fine. It's literally as soon as I hit fucking record, you were like, can't hear anything.
No, I've seen that. It was my fault.
So yeah, again, it's sort of been one of those fucking weird weeks, really. You've been on holiday. I've had a wedding. Taylor's fucking Taylor, and he's just got 24/7 something going on.
Yeah. Man.
I missed the start. So what's been happening? What's the crack been? How's the wedding?
Well, it was really fucking good. So I was saying to Bill, like, it was exactly what I needed at this point in prep. Like, it was getting to that point where I was a bit of like a hole in prep. So it was like, okay, just to switch off was really nice. Just what wasn't really nice was like cleaning up fucking chocolate cake and drunk groomsmen, and like they had an Argentinian barbecue.
Oh, sick.
It's fucking incredible. The only issue was it wasn't like just like served on a plate. It was like a big platter in the middle of the table, and everyone was like picking from it. So it's like you're just like staring at it.
You'll never get this.
Yeah, exactly. It's like everyone's picking at it, and like it's not so bad if it's like you can just see someone in a far table picking at stuff. When you've got like some woman like leaning across you,
Yeah, like dragging a piece of steak
Yeah.
to the plate. Like, oh, sorry.
just like.
Yeah,
But no, it was really good. It's like I said, it's exactly what I needed. But
good food with you,
yeah. So I took like I've got this like big ice box, and I just prepped everything. And I so I did actually have a minor fuck up, not like off plan, but it was just like that.
3 slices of chocolate cake. But...
Yeah, just 3 slices, 16 tequila shots, and yeah. No, so I tried to like sort my meal timings to suit when everyone else was eating. So it like wasn't too inconvenient. So woke up at like whatever time in the morning, went to the gym, got everything done, and then the boys didn't eat until like 8. So I sat down, ate with them, and made a meal. And I was like, okay, so realistically, we've now got to get to the church, do this. Like, I'm not going to eat for like 4 hours, so I'll have this, and then when I get back, we're like this. And so I ate at 8, but then like everything kept overrunning, and it got later and later and later, and it got to like 6 o'clock. And I was like, okay, I haven't eaten. I need to fucking eat.
Haven't eaten since when?
So 8 to 6.
Oh, mate, how?
That's horrible.
I was fucked. Like, I was sat on this bus.
I'd be fucked, man. I'd went fucking hypo.
Man, I sat on this bus, and people were like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, I'm fucking hungry. Like, fuck off. Like everyone else has been picking up fucking like canapes and shit like that, and I'm sitting there like, I just want to fucking eat.
Canapes, the devil, man.
Man, honestly, as well, again, it was like this barbecue stuff. It was like fucking sausage chorizo, like, mate, it was fucking incredible.
The devil.
Yeah, so I like prepped a couple meals and like took it to the place where we were sitting down and eating, and I like ate. And then I was like, okay, whilst like dessert comes out, I'll like sneak out the back, take my stuff back to the room, and sort of avoid the fucking cake situation. So I got back to my room, and I like put my Tupperware away, and I looked in this box, and I was like, fuck, I actually have like a load of food to eat still. Like, I didn't realize how much I'd actually missed. So I like prepped another meal and thought, I'll just eat this now. And before you knew it, I'd finished all my food for the rest of the day.
Oh no!
I like, you know, when you get like that fucking, like, your head doesn't stop. It's like just eat, just fucking eat it, just eat it. So I was fine in the sense of like I had eaten enough that I was so full that I was good for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But I just had that really fucking like bloated shit feeling where I was like, I haven't eaten for like 10 hours, and I've just eaten like 4 meals back to back, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, man. That's heavy.
What time did you get in at last night?
So they started drinking at like 4 or 5 o'clock. So by sort of 6, they started to be a bit tipsy and pissed. 8 was like the first dance, and they were sort of a bit incoherent. And then I was like, okay, 9, 10 o'clock, I was like, I'll look to make a move, because that's when people are going to like start to black out. But that's when like people started vomiting and getting fucking bad. So I was like, okay, I'll just
0 to 100 real fucking quick.
Yeah, I like my mates as well. Like, they're all rugby lads or or were rugby lads. So it was like a case of like,
really
fine, really fine, really fine, really fine. Chunder and
and Sam everywhere. Has his cock in a glass bowl.
Yeah, like so they do this like romantic, like we made a heart shape around the bride and the groom, and a drone flew up, and they were like, hold hands, so it all looks. And I was like fucking pissing myself because I turned around and looked, and there were 6 blokes with their fucking nuts hanging out. And I was like, I'm not doing that because mine are tiny.
Used to this boy that I used to run with, man. And whenever we'd go like on like bus journeys on the way back, obviously we'd just have like a big sesh. And he always used this thing, he'd call it the bumblebee. And he would get like his nuts and his dick, he would like roll them upside down. So it would look like an inverted bumblebee. It was horrible, mate. It was horrible.
Well, that was like what was. It's on a movie, and I can't remember. They call it like goating or something like that. It's something like that, where you push your dick and balls between your legs, and then like bend over it and spread your cheeks. So like what you'd do is you'd get some. We had like some old bloke who was like fucking mid-30s, like absolutely hanging prop, who would do that, but he'd do it on like the second step of the bus. So as like the new kids would come into the bus, they'd like turn in and there'd just be asshole balls. Like
that was horrible, man.
Love that.
That's a bad one.
Yeah. So
you were saying, Joe, just whilst you're talking about your food, we were talking about you macro tracking.
So essentially what we were saying was like because I prepped all my food was because I said to Josh about not having the stress of looking after my own food. So I said, like, you just take over it, and like it's just one less thing to think about. Because
did Josh give you macros before?
Yeah. So basically it started like last prep was all meal plan. And then in off season, I was like, okay, it's off season. I've got stuff going on. I'd rather just track my own food, because he'd give me like 7 meals, and I was like, some days I could only eat 4, so I'd have to like change it anyway. So I was like, I'll just do my own thing. And I'm not like an if it fits your macros kind of guy. I'll plan it out, and then that'll be what I'll eat for like a week or 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's only then if it's like shit happens that I'll then change it on the fly.
Yeah.
So that just carried on through this prep. So I've been doing it up to this point, and it's only over these last few weeks where like we've had the conversation, like mentally I've been like really struggling with prep this last couple of weeks. I said to him, I said like, look, I just need as little to think about as possible. Like, if you just take control over everything, I've got nothing on my plate other than like client work and training, and then I don't have to think, like I can just robot follow orders. So essentially that's like what happened. He took that over, but until then I'd been doing it all. So
you just tell him food sources, and or did he just kind of go like,
he said like, is there anything you prefer? And I said like, realistically, all I've been eating anyway is chicken, veg, and ground rice with some whey and nut butter. Like I have like 5 sauces anyway. I was like, so if you want to add whatever, like I said, like the thing is as well, I said like, if you want to add or test something now, which we might use to load with later, then this is the opportunity as well for you to try it. Like if he's going to start adding like jams, honeys, whatever's in, which pretty much work for anyone anyway. I was like, you now have the opportunity to add that in as well and test it and see.
Please add it in.
Yeah, AKA give me fucking more carbs. So he's taken that over, which I never realized because I've been backloading a lot of my food. One of my meals is 50 grams of rice. And I never realized how poverty 50 grams of rice is.
Like, I used to have 40, and that was like granules.
Right, it's like I like put it in the palm of my hand, and I was like, it's not even like.
Mate, I would make it into like a risotto. I would just put like a litre of water in it, and then just.
Are you using jasmine rice, sushi rice, or anything like that?
Jasmine. I use jasmine.
I use basmati at the moment.
Basmati. I use basmati just because it's the only one that they have at Aldi.
Yeah, Joe. It could be negligible difference, but get on something that is going to hold a little bit more water, man. Give you a little bit more volume, jasmine.
Yeah, so I looked at potentially getting sushi rice because I thought it's fucking shit. Like whatever I get is going to be little, but I might as well enjoy it more. And I thought sushi rice is like the fucking nicest rice. The only issue is if you actually look at it,
The sugar.
the higher sugar count.
Yeah,
Like
cool.
the carb count is like, again, I think majority people know that, but some people might not know that. But yeah,
Yeah,
sushi rice.
I've never had it, so I had no fucking clue.
Mate, sushi rice is incredible. It's like the best off-season thing ever. Like, I cannot advise to anyone more.
So what was it per 100 grams?
I can't.
Usually
It's only like 2 or 3 grams of carbs different. But if you're eating rice for like 4 meals a day, and you're down to like 100 grams of carbs, like it's like, okay, that's a 10% increase just because you're using sushi rice rather than something else.
Makes sense.
So, but yeah, like in an off-season setting, I couldn't recommend sushi rice enough. Like it costs fucking so much more than just a fucking
I'm
Aldi,
in off season. I'll go for basmati.
Really?
I don't want the fucking stodginess with the water. I just
Yeah,
want.
man. Well, that's what I found. I found that I can make basmati like into nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
I can make it. I can make it the proper way where it tastes fucking good, or I can make it where it's like barely anything, a little bit hard, but I can get away with it.
Mm.
And that still goes down quite easy.
Yeah, definitely. The shit with like just going back to your macro tracking, that shit gives me anxiety thinking that I could never work like that.
Nah.
It's just a preference, horses for courses. But
Yeah. So my thing was, like I said, in all through off season was like, Josh would be like, okay, here's six meals, 7 meals, whatever to eat, which is fine. But when it's like, okay, I can eat once in the morning, 10, 1, maybe before training, but if that is, it's just like an intra-carb. It's not like an actual meal. And then post training.
You have any carbs in at the moment? That been yeah.
So what he's changed now is where before I was like backloading my carbs. So I'd have like 3 carb meals at the end of the day. He's split my carbs up a little bit more. So
It just fucks you doing that, man. Like I got into it at the end of prep and I realized how stupid it was because I would feel fucked from 8 a.m. up until 2, and then the food would kick in about 5 and I'd feel a bit more normal.
Yeah.
Whereas if I went carb, no carb, carb, no carb, carb,
Definitely.
I would have felt a lot better.
Yeah.
But you just get in your own head. And I think that there's something quite nice about sitting at night when you're relaxed and eating all these carbs. But like,
blood sugar, of course.
yeah, I think the more you get into it, the more we'll kind of disassociate with that, I think. But I certainly feel that would be a smarter structure.
100%. Like,
Especially, Joe, you need to consider as well, mate. You're up at like before 5 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? Like,
So your sleep's still fucked.
so that's what that was the main reason why I was backloading my food, was because I was so paranoid of like just food comatize yourself before bed and like give yourself every opportunity to sleep.
Yeah.
Where I found now, like, regardless of when I place my food, like I'm going to struggle. So I might as well make myself feel better through the day with carbs than lack of sleep.
What are you taking in sleep supplements?
So I've just added in the Support Max Neuro, but I'm sort of a bit hesitant because,
Any melatonin?
No, so I'm tempted to like try, but I know I've tried it all.
Yeah, melatonin, not
melatonin, whatever.
No melatonin. Don't
Yeah,
take
so-
melatonin before bed.
Yeah, so I'm tempted to try pretty much everything again and see this prep compared to last prep if there's any differences between different things. Like,
I would take it.
Yeah.
I'd run 10 milligrams year round and it makes a fucking difference.
Yeah.
And it's not only like that, it's like there's a lot of health benefits coming out to it now.
Yeah. Like it's definitely something I've looked into. Like, the same with like all the sleep stacks. Like I saw.
Do not get fade out. It tastes like fucking ass. It tastes
actually no. One of the I've had a fade out flavor that tastes nice. Is it mango?
Yeah, I think it's mango.
Yeah,
because I
that
had
was
like
sold out. I had pineapple, which
Pineapple's
I'd make into like a shot and chuck it. And then blueberry, which tastes like that fucking Cordova. Is it Cordova, the fucking coffee? Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'll have to. I can bring it to just take because it's I can't have it, man. It's.
I was Support Max Neuro PM, and then I was taking Sleep Stack, pulling apart the capsules, mixing the powder in with the Support Max Neuro PM, and then it got to a point where I was doubling that up with a diazepam here and there.
I remember I was speaking to a guy in the gym once, and I was like, "Mate, I've like slept like 4 hours in the last like 5 days. Like I've just not fucking slept." And he's like, "Oh, it's all right. I've got some sleeping tablets. I'll prescribe them from the doctors." And I was like, "Fuck it, mate. I'll try it. Just give it to me." And he was like, "Yeah, but just be careful because they're pretty strong."
Yeah.
And I was like, fine. He's like, no, like, I mean, like, really, don't take more than one, because you will wake up in the middle of the night, walk to the bathroom, and just face plant the floor. Like, they're fucking bad.
Yeah.
And I remember I took one night, and I woke up 20 minutes later and was like, well, they're fucking useless.
That's what I was going to say. The diazepam done absolutely fuck all. You're just at a point where you will exhaust anything,
Yeah.
and you need to realize.
Apparently Benadryl's really good. Apparently that
Yeah,
shit.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if in a couple of weeks you hear that I'm fucking taking
Was your sleep fucked as
Benadryl,
well on prep, Billy?
I wouldn't say fucked. It just
Mine,
it's not. Yeah, it weren't
mine was
fantastic.
fine, man. Like I was getting like my sleep was actually better on prep somehow.
Really?
yeah,
I
I've
think
spoken
just
to
because
two
my
or three
routine
people
was
that like
fucking
it.
hot, mate. Like everything was dialed the fuck in. Like
Yeah.
it was so accurate.
Yeah.
Off season, unless I'm heavy, my sleep suffers. Like right now, I'm getting like 5.5, 6 hours sleep a night, and I'm trying to get more, but I'm up like 4 times a night, mate.
Yeah, it's not me.
I'm
People,
tempted.
like,
I'm
there's, like, two
tempted. I'm up
extremes.
so frequently. I don't know why, because I'll just wake up.
Not to go to the toilet.
No, not even.
It's
I
sleep
just
apnea.
wake up.
You're probably just choking.
Well, that's the thing, is I don't know whether I should just get looked at for that. Because
So-
honestly, mate, I'm up like 4 or 5 times a night.
You can get an app where it records your sleep.
Uh,
Yeah.
And basically, if it's like a general snoring sound, you're probably just snoring. But if you get the
yeah.
that sound, that's when you know it's sleep apnea, because essentially that's your airways closing.
Yeah.
Because I get that really bad in the off season when I'm pushing. Well, I snore year round anyway. Like I'm
Yeah, I only snore off season, man. Whereas right now I'm not too bad. It gets bad when I get heavier though. It gets bad when I get heavier.
like, mate, when I like push hard in the off season, like my neighbors hear me.
Dude, I feel
like,
like it's a rite of passage to get sleep apnea as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You know you're getting places when you get sleep apnea. You get sleep apnea.
Like, it's the most fucked up one I remember was literally had a dream that I was like fighting someone, and I was like they were choking me, and I was like hitting them, and I was like, what the fuck? Because I woke up and I like obviously choked myself, but because my dream was that I was choking.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I like-
you fucking had
No, like I woke up like actually choking, and I was like adrenaline started going. I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck's going on?
I don't know what it is, but like recently I never used to sleep in my front, but recently I've been sleeping in my front, and I've been waking up and both my hands have been numb. So
Yeah,
I'm woken up and I'm like turning around and I'm like flopping my
I have to sleep with 4 pillows. I have two on my head, one underneath my arm, stop my arm going dead, and one in between my legs.
Yeah, man, my arms.
Man, that's the absolute boss way to do it, honestly. And
Yeah.
that was John Jewett, wasn't it?
Like that.
It was, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Horrible.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah, I
good.
remember that.
How's the additional food going down, Billy? How was the holiday? Missed you, mate.
All right, man. The additional food is only really.
Barely touched the sides, eh?
I actually coming back. I actually dropped over, like coming home, settling down, a bit negligible, but I still dropped. And yesterday, bumped food up a little bit. So, training day just over 4,800 calories, 700 carb, and 400 carb on a non-training day. So I'm fucking hungry, man. Very hungry. Lantless has gone in as well. Lantless in. Lipolytics were out. Lipolytics were out before I went away anyway, but he took them out just on that day.
Before still in?
No.
No.
Thyroid's out as well. Thyroid's out.
Mhm.
Primo and test. 300 primo. Check.
Oh, so they pulled your drugs right down then?
Oh no, he hasn't. No, sorry. 300 test, 600 primo, and took Trent out for a little bit. Well, took the little Trent I had before I went away out, and that was it. That was it, man. But
Do you think you'll run any training in the off season in general, or just
I don't really see the need to, if I'm honest.
no?
I don't see the need to. As much as I'd like to, just for the sake of it,
Yeah, to see what it's like.
I don't see the massive need to, if I'm honest. This time around, being the second time that I used it, I definitely felt like I responded to it that much better than when I used it last year for prep.
Yeah.
Like, be this for a tiny tidy up. don't know. I just felt so much. I don't know.
It's probably just like an accumulation of a lot of little things.
Oh,
Like,
definitely. Yeah.
like everything else is more on point than it was.
Better now.
Hmm?
You can probably pinpoint it now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's
what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was mega fucking low last year when I used it anyway. It was so minimal. This time around it was nice, man. It was nice.
Yeah. I find it's like a good done up the arse when you train.
Yeah.
I find that you can really go up a gear when you train.
Yeah. I was surprised how quick I actually tidied up this time around.
Going quick, mate. You look fucking awesome, man.
Very quick. Very quick.
You were quite aggressive with it though, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I was fucking hungry.
So it was like, yeah.
I didn't have like any expenditure goals or anything like that. It was just solely from nutrition. Yeah, I was actually asking him, "Can we put some cardio in, please?" Just for the sake
just
of it.
add food in, yeah.
Yeah, no reason, but yeah, it was good, man. It was good.
I think that when your food's that high though, like 1,000 grams of carbs, like do you fucking
man.
I mean, it's like you don't, man, because even if you drop to 600 grams of carb, the implications of that is going to be fucking ridiculous. That's a 400 carb decrease, which is like a 1,200 calorie drop, like that, mate.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you put it in a grand scheme of over a week, and it's like, okay, it's close to 10,000 calories in a fucking week.
Man, it's just a case where you got so much food, like what we're on. It's not like you got Gen Pop clients that are struggling to get down 400, 300 grams of carb.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't even touch the sides for us, man.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I pulling down, actually pulling body weight down has just highlighted like glaring weaknesses, man. Like we're all over analytical as it is, but yeah, dieting down and you realise like, fuck, man, still got a shit ton of work to do on.
But at the same time, what you've got to remember is you're picking out from a physique which is just like a flatter off-season look.
Yeah.
Like if you carried on cutting for like another 4 to 6 weeks and you saw like a lot more lines, everything tighten up, like it's a lot easier to say.
You guys find yourself looking at pictures from when you're on the way up compared to going on the way down.
100%.
Like I was like, I look shit now. I was like, what have I done?
Yeah.
Like I was looking at pictures when I was post show at 107 and then looking at me at 107, 108 now thinking I look fucking bigger, leaner then.
Been at limbo phase, isn't you?
It's fucked, isn't it? I mean, like I guarantee that I'll be bigger now, but it's just because you're gonna be bursting full at that point, mate.
Yeah.
You know, it's quite easy to be kind of like bogged down by that.
Those pictures.
We had a chat about it, Taylor, and we said like, be it that this is in the grand scheme of things like call it like an interim diet phase or whatnot, you find yourself, just because you associate with diet and putting body weight down, you associate it straight away with the look of prep.
Yeah.
So like, unrealistic. Do you know what I mean? You're comparing yourself to a complete different physique. Do you know what I mean? It is fucking hard. It's very hard. But what's he changed with you?
I've got a bit more food last week, which was good.
What are you sitting at?
Oh God.
Food-wise.
I'm at about 700 grams of carb, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But dude, like food's it's just sitting down so nicely, mate. It's like I've never eaten this much food before, and it sat so well. So I'm kind of happy.
On similar roundabout calories on training day.
Yeah, I know, man. It's mental, mate. You just fucking burn through your food, man. Let's see. A little bit more fats than you, so 370 protein.
How much?
370. Yeah, I'm on a lot of protein. Sorry, I'm on 520. Oh no, wait. Oh no. Yeah, so 700 grams of carb, pretty much. 320 protein and 80 fat on a training day. So fuck knows what the calories are. 4.7.
You got 10 gram extra fat. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
And then man, rest days are significantly lower, but that's just because pre and post, I think. 520 carb, 370 protein, 90 fat.
Yeah.
So my food is fucking high, man. Like I wouldn't be surprised if I'll be going 1,000 grams of carbs this off season.
Easy.
I think I'll be like.
Have you pushed that before?
Nah, I got into like 900 last time.
It's not fun.
It's not fun at all, mate. It's fucking ass, mate.
No.
feel like absolute ass.
Anything over like 1,000 gets to the point where it's just like, okay, 24/7. I feel like I was just going to pass out and fall asleep.
Pretty much, mate. Like, I just hate the feeling of you feel. It's just like prepping it.
Every day's Groundhog Day. It's fucking.
I remember the first time I got to 1,000 grams of carbs, I was in.
You must need way
lockdown.
more than that. You must need like 12, 13,000.
Oh, I've been up there, yeah, for sure. It's just the first time when I got to 1,000, it was in lockdown, and I was driving to a gym a fair bit away. So I was working like half an hour from the gym, and I was driving over.
Falling asleep at the wheel.
And literally, I fell asleep at a roundabout. I pulled up to the roundabout, looked over, and I saw someone like coming. So I stopped. Well, I like waited a second, and then I sort of like nodded off and looked up, and like there was no car, and I was like, but there was a car, and then I looked up and like there was a car behind me, and I'm like, but there wasn't a car behind me, but now there's not. And I was like, fuck, I've literally just fallen asleep at a fucking roundabout.
Yeah.
When your food goes up, when your carbs go up over 1,100, for example, or even over, what are you making it up of?
Sweet sauce.
Yeah,
and sour sauce.
sweet chili sauce. So this last off season, when I did it properly, was just bagels. Like it was just like a normal general meal.
Yeah.
Like chicken rice, chicken potatoes, chicken pasta, whatever. And then it would just be like a combination of squares bars, bagels, jam, honey, raisins. Just like the.
You wasn't bumping up with any like carb powder or anything like that.
I didn't really have carb.
1,300 gram of carb from straight food sources is very fucking hard, man.
But the thing is, what I found with carb powders is they were good, but when I was pushing food that high, it fucked with my appetite.
Really?
So if I added in
The carb powder.
Yeah. So if I had like a carb powder and I had like 100 grams of carb powder, even like 50 grams of carb powder, if my food was really high, I literally wouldn't be able to eat for like 3 hours. Just like a general
cyclodextrin.
Yeah, so just like a general brand fucking thing, unflavored, whatever.
You try the HR Labs one, mate. That because I had that issue before, so I used Trained by JP one, Strom one. See Strom Carbomax, that's that perfect. But when they changed the other one, fuck knows what. But HR Labs Carb Up is literally the only one that I use, and it's the only one I recommend my clients use.
The thing is, what I found was, like Bill, you put
not
in there,
too sweet either, eh? It's not too sweet either.
No, but the only thing is like when you're, I don't think I could push over 100 gram of that because that would be crazy fucking sweet, man. What I used to like Cluster Bomb from Redcon. That was quite nice as well.
Oh yeah, how do you think about that one?
That's decent actually. But,
the only problem I found with using like brand carb powders was the fact that like when you're trying to push like 100 grams plus,
it's expensive.
It's very expensive. It's like, okay, I need a tub like every other week.
What's your thoughts on using things like Haribos and things?
Did you? I literally, when I gave up using carb powders, I'd just get a bag of Tangfastics.
Yeah. I was thinking about that, and I was just like, I'm trying to just like compute. Obviously, like what inter-work it is just like glucose. It's just pretty much pure glucose.
It's just fucking sugar.
Yeah, man. And I'm thinking, well, what is it? Obviously, it's refined comparatively to Haribos, yeah, but like, is it not kind of the same shit?
Yeah.
Like I found
Go on.
My most successful off seasons have been when I don't overthink things.
Oh yeah, you're like my mate Jack. Like my mate Jack, when you come up, Billy, you'll meet him. He's like that. He's so laid back, whereas you, me, Billy, we're not really like that. We're probably a bit more, you know.
If I'm not laid back, then things go to shit for me.
But I think for you though, that kind of speaks to the kind of person that you are. Like we've talked about this, and like when you're not laid back and in control and comfortable, then shit doesn't really work with you. Like even talking about coach and stuff, and who we think would be a good coach for you guys that are like Sasan, that the kind of more laid back motherfuckers that are more open minded, you per se, like maybe good for you. Whereas like, or something like that would be like, fucking
like fuck me, if I'm sitting there worrying about like, oh, I can't have Haribo because it's got too much sugar in it, so I'm going to change to this X, Y, and Z. Then I literally spend my entire day then being like Googling what's the most optimal carb source for X, and then like so 6 hours have passed, and I'm like, okay, I haven't eaten for 6 hours, and I've been stressing, and it's like, if I just sit, eat the bag of Tangfastics and go and train, it's like, okay, I've achieved everything I need to achieve. It may not be the most perfect, most optimal
That
thing.
reminds
but-
me of you remember like Seth Feroci used to do that shit. Just put his fucking gummy bears in his pre-workout, and
I think it's just like
even like Keon, he does that shit as well. Does the same.
He's
thing.
like fucking insane, man. He's
No, man. He's
getting better and better.
It's 212 that he's 212.
He is. He's not doing
is he how much is he weighing? Do you know? Does anyone know?
I'm not sure, man.
He looks like fucking
300 pounds by the look of the
huge.
Still, like he's managed to keep that like proportion, that tiny waist as well.
Just like his muscle bellies are just perfect, mate. Like
I remember, I don't know if you used to, I put it on my story ages ago. It was like one of my first check-ins with Tom, and he was looking at my picture. He was like, this is like a very Keon-esque physique. He was like, obviously nothing like Keon, just like a white, like a little bit of a shitter version of him.
Look at him now, mate. I'd take that. I'd take that any day.
Yeah.
If someone said you looked 4% like Keon, I'd be like, I fucking take that.
But
He looks nuts.
220-ish. He was in the video of him doing the most muscular. He was 218.
So he's like within touching distance, and he's like X amount of weeks out. So
6 weeks out, eh?
yeah, fuck me. That's more. That's like people can drop that weight overnight with diuretic, let alone with fucking 6 weeks playing.
Yeah, and it gives them some room for progression as well, man.
Oh, for sure. I'm just gonna run to the toilet. I'll be back.
That's the thing. Like, oh mate, we need to discuss Dean White when you get back. Then,
Oh fucking hell, man!
Mate, what the
He must be on
fuck?
like cloud 9.
what the fuck?
It must be on cloud 9. I remember I was listening to someone the other day, and even like when Flex like stormed over here, he in his first pro show he placed like 7th or something like that.
Oh mate, how much room has he got for it to move?
I have no idea.
Can't believe he won that pro show, man. Mate, he'll be like, I think that when you like dream of things going well, you can't really bear in mind though, like you just see that snapshot moment. I'm sure he's went through some fucking hard times and shit's hit the fan.
Yeah, man.
But
I think people forget as well, like just how long he's been about for. Like he's won everything over here that there is to win.
he's done. Yeah, he won the PCA British
Yeah, Mr. Universe.
Oh,
He's done a lot, man.
Done it the right way, man.
Yeah, so qualified for the Olympia in his won his pro card, then qualified for the Olympia at the same day. So he's qualified for the Olympia and got an invite to the Arnold UK over here. That'll be his second pro show. That, let's be realistic, chances of him actually winning that very, very strong.
If he's not top 3, I'll eat my.
I don't even know who's doing the Arnold.
Then go to the it'd be Nate. Is it Nathan?
I don't think I'd like.
We were just saying before you went, mate. We said about like
Just how fucking ridiculous he looks.
Yeah, the week that Dean White had, man.
Mate, like honestly, I think even in that Olympia lineup, he is seriously.
He beats Rob Taylor, man.
Yeah,
Rob
like
Taylor,
he is seriously competitive,
around,
like top 5.
And he's so broad. Whereas what I think about Rob Taylor is he's quite, at least like curricularly, he's really quite narrow.
Yeah,
he's very like Flex-esque, I think.
Yeah, he's more 212 than even like the last 2 or 3 winners of 212.
The thing is like I put him up there, but I still think a Keon that's on would beat him just now because Keon's just more round.
Like you look at how the 212's gone in the last couple of years, though. Like you've got Sean Clurier, who just looks like a fucking balloon. You've got Derek Lunsford, who looks like a fucking balloon.
I think Lunsford's going up, man.
Yeah, he's going to open because he said he's either going up this year or next year for sure. 100%, he's going up. He's like, you will see me in the open. Yeah. But like you look at all those boys, and it's like, okay, they are just fucking balloons. Where Dean White, Keon, all these other boys are like, they've just got like serious shape to them. And I think that's where you'll see 212 now move to, is like the boys that just have the huge sweeping quads, the huge fucking...
I'm never really that impressed with Kamal. I mean, he did quite well, man, but
yeah.
I don't know, he just looked like a small bodybuilder, like he just didn't have that, like the proportions that Flex, that Keon, that these boys have, man. Like honestly, mate, whenever Sean Clear poses, he just looks like bursting full.
Yeah.
Like it's just like very bubbly,
Yeah.
short muscle bellies, but hanging deep.
The fact that he comes into 212 though, where everyone is like fighting to get to 212, and he comes in at like 290, 190, sorry. It's like,
yeah, he's got fucking loads of room, man.
Yeah, and he looks like you said, he's always bursting full.
Yeah,
like it shows like how short this guy really is.
I'd love to see him in person, like see how small he is.
Have you seen him next to his wife?
No.
Yeah. She looks quite butch though.
Yeah, she's pregnant now as well.
Oh,
Congratulations! Not that you're ever watching this, but
sorry, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to find the invitations for 212 at the Arnold.
The open class is going to be fucking awesome, though, man.
Yeah,
man, that entire show's brilliant. Even when you look at like the classic, like the classics have got like 2 or 3 decent people in it, but they're all going to be like, because there's not like a top tier. They're all like.
I'm still kind of like, I can see why Kuba's there, man, but it's a very interesting one how he's got that kind of special invite, I would say.
I can't see him doing fucking anything there.
Yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. Like it can go either way. I think he can maybe like crack a top. I can't see him placing top 5.
No.
I really can't. But off the top of my head, I don't really know like any amazing classic physique pros that are doing it.
That's what I mean. Like that's why I think it would be an interesting one, is because I think there's a lot of like 2nd tier classic guys there. So I think it will be a very competitive lineup, but just not in the sense of like you've got any like top 8 Olympians there.
Yeah.
Like unlike the open lineup where it's like, okay, like you've got some seriously competitive guys there. And the same with like 212, it's like, okay, you've got some guys who are seriously fucking good.
I'm really excited to see James Hollingshead. I think he'll be.
I think now he's away from Kings and in his own little environment.
He's on this like fucking, I don't know. He's very. I think that when obviously Luke passed away, he harnessed it really nicely. He did a really good job there, and just kind of channeled it. But this time around, it's he like he's kind of said, he's like he doesn't really know why he doesn't have that innate drive this time around, but he feels like he owes it.
One of the videos I watched the other day, he was saying it was good. It was good watch. He said like one of the reasons for him like leaving Kings and going to train in like a facility that's quieter and a little bit more like private was because like this isn't like a hobby and a passion like it was for him. It is at the end of the day like
this is now his job.
It's his livelihood. And he said when he's in a gym like Kings and his mates are there and the conversations that they're having, they would have done like their 8-9 hours at work and come in and that's their time to like chill and enjoy it. And for him, it's the opposite. That's his few hours going to train is like, that's his work time. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I definitely, I don't know, I get the feeling that he's like teetering on the edge of something. Do you know what I mean? Like, you feel worried for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this will be the year it will either like,
he doesn't look comfortable.
No, I think this will be the year that he sort of makes or breaks it.
Yeah, I
think either it will work.
Like, what the fuck's happening? Is he still with Patrick? Is he doing his own thing?
He half checks in with Patrick, yeah.
So is it like a 2-way thing? So he just makes some recommendations, or is that kind of what's
as
happening?
Far as I understand, I might be completely wrong, but as far as I understand,
second eye pretty much.
He's saying, "This is what I feel like we're doing. This is where I feel like my body's at. This is what we should do." He runs it past JP. JP and him and have like the conversation, and then he checks in with Patrick, and Patrick says what to do. And if things don't line up, then he has the conversation more. But from what he sort of said and what I can guess is it's like he's controlling a lot more of his own prep because he wanted to like judge his own thing.
There's too many people involved there though, man. It's like a game of Chinese whisper. It's like this person thinks this person thinks that. Yeah. It's like sometimes you're just so in your own fucking head, and I get that he's a really high level athlete, he's a pro for a reason. But you know, like if I coached myself, I would be fucking God. I'm scared to think of what I'd be doing. I'd be doing hours of cardio. I'd be running stupid amounts of drugs. Like you would.
It's like when you hear like pros who have like a nutritionist, a training guide, a drugs guy, whatever guy, someone else, and it's just like okay, how the fuck do they all like get on the same page?
Just have a group chat. Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
but saying that, at the same time, it does work for some people. Like Hunter, doesn't he? Hunter Labrada says he has a group chat with like 4 blokes on it. Well, his missus,
Yeah,
it's Hunter, his missus, his dad, and Ben Chow. And apparently, like, he checks in the morning, and all 4 of them make the decision of what's going to happen.
I have seen that before. His missus like will take reign of his nutrition and shit like that sometimes, and I think Ben does peds and.
I think he's given it to Ben Chow because his missus was like making emotional decisions.
Yeah.
So I think Ben Chow now has the main decision, but I think they have like a group chat and like they have a conversation of like, this is how he looks, this is what I think, and then someone else would be like, yeah, I second that, or no, I feel like this should happen.
Man, that's a boring.
Imagine being like a week out and you check in and there's a conversation in the group chat of like, I think we should do this. No, I think we should do this. No, like, imagine how like you'd be like, leave chat.
Have a secondary chat for just the coaches, just to give people peace of mind, man.
Yeah, but no.
Otherwise,
I can.
Yeah, I'd struggle big time, man. Too many opinions going on.
Yeah, massively.
More importantly, though, Dean White is going to win the 212 Olympia.
Oh no! I think that. I mean, obviously, with Lunsford not being there, it's Clarida's to win. I don't think that like Keon. It's really going to be Kamal or thing. I think Kamal or Sean Clarida. I think will win it this year.
I think he has to. Like he's.
Yeah.
If he
doesn't, like, what the fuck?
If he doesn't, then someone's got to come out of the dark and just stand something.
Yeah. What was that?
Are you saying if Sean doesn't win it?
Yeah, I'm like, it's his for the taking, man. Last time round, it was clear. It was okay. It's either going to be Lunsford or it's either going to be Sean.
Yeah, it just depends what they look like.
It's good to see what Dean looks like at the Arnold's beforehand, but
yeah.
He does look like he's fucking morphed within the last like month.
He looks a lot more heavier muscled than Sean Clarida. And Kamal is like over 50 years of age. And I don't know, man. I'd like to put my money on Dean being up there. But Sean and Dean just for fun.
I honestly think Dean White will be top 5.
Like Nathan Epler, was he not 3rd last year? And I don't massively rate.
Was Nathan Epler 3rd?
Oh no, it wasn't. That was at what's the show this weekend? Or is it this weekend that Ian's doing?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Yeah, sorry. I think he actually won it last year.
Yeah, nah, I don't know, man. I can't see him. Oh, I don't know, man.
I think realistically,
I'm like,
I think he's top 5, top 6 easy.
Yeah, I can see him maybe cracking the top 6.
And I think there is potential to crack top 3 if he nails his peak. And some people are off. I think he's top 3, and I think there is the potential. But I'm talking like the stars have to align, like Kai Green kind of answering the question, like the stars have to align and the moon has to look at the certain direction. Like everything has to be perfect. But I think if it was, then he has a potential to be like top 1, top 2. But
to see that one,
we're talking like you could say that about anyone at Olympia, though, can't you? And realistically, if you're at the Olympia and everything lines up right, then you could win it.
You got to think like you got Sean Clarida. Well, it was Derek Lunsford, Sean Clarida, Derek Lunsford, Kamal. You got 212. You also got Ash Kanani.
Nathan. I think Ash Kanani and Dean White have actually a really comparable physique.
Yeah, I would like to think Dean White is a little bit more heavier muscle than Ash Kanani as well. A little bit more. Well,
I think he looks a bit fresher as well.
On his legs. Ash Kanani looks a little bit like, I don't know. I just feel like he's a little bit battered when I look at him.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
but that's that like desert muscle, mate.
Yeah. Where is he in? Ash Kanani.
Fuck knows, man. I'm excited for this year's Olympia, man. It's going
to be mad all the way through.
Stonker. It's going to be ridiculous, mate.
Like you look at the open class, everyone now is like seriously close.
Yeah.
You look at like classic, and it's like Bumstead, like had the perfect showing last year and was spot on whatever. Like this year, there are a lot of fucking competitive guys there as well. And like same with 212. Like
I just don't see when I see like Chris Bumstead, I'm like, how are you so relaxed in your fucking off season, man?
I know, mate. I know.
He's isn't he saying like he's off for 6 months in a year?
Yeah.
Much, even Terrence is pretty much the same though. Like he seems way more chilled.
You can get away with it in classic though, can't you? Like, if you're near your weight cap, you're not really needing to.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Chris Bumstead said he's like literally 300 mega test is what he starts off season solely.
I mean,
I could believe it because
he has like
he's only like 260 in an off season.
Yeah,
like it's 260.
260. Yeah, that's fine when you're 6'5".
That's what I mean. Like he's like 6'1", 6'2". It's like not necessarily hard to maintain.
If you were him, would you give it this be your last one?
I mean, he's probably made enough money, got enough name.
He doesn't even need to do this one to fucking make it his last one money wise. He's a fucking director at Raw, fucking sponsored by every clothing company known to mankind.
So what do you do after that though? Because like for me, like I'm all about more. So in bodybuilding, I want more. If this is how many clients got this month, I want more.
It's what's important. It sounds cliche and cringy, but what's important to you, like, well, I suppose, a legacy or monetary gain and wealth.
I think he'll just carry clicking on titles.
Well, he's got fucking stability. You can guarantee, like, there's no financial worry for him. I've had to guess that.
Like he's set for life.
Yeah.
Like money wise, he's set for life. So he has no monetary gain other than a little bit of prize winning, like whatever. But it's
which will double in a month.
Yeah,
he'll probably survive off just his YouTube. Fucking hell.
That's what I mean. Like even just his Instagram, he's got like X amount of million followers. Like he could live just off that, let alone with the companies he's got running beside it, the YouTube prize money, all these things. Like money to him at this point is going to be pretty irrelevant.
Yeah, it makes me laugh, man. He'll post a picture and then within like 15, 20 minutes, like 500,000 likes. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like he's played the game so right. Like he's played the game fucking perfectly. So he's like him and his grandkids, and like, let's be honest, even if he deleted every social media, left Raw, and he stayed with Courtney King makes enough money to support both of them for the rest of their lives anyway. So it's like money to them is a fucking irrelevant object.
She's living off that Steve Cook money, that's why.
Yeah, fucking that was still the funniest time in bodybuilding in fucking Gymshark when all three of them were sponsored.
Yeah.
Like, fucking imagine going on a trip. Huh?
Steve Cook still, he's still sponsored by.
I'm assuming so. He basically owns the fucking place, didn't he? He like created the fucking place. I think he was one of their first sponsors or sponsored athletes or something.
Gymshark. What? How many weeks out are you now, Joe? 8.
Yeah, I keep losing track because I'm like 1 week, like one day I'll count days, then I'll count weeks, and then I'll count hours, and then I'll count fucking weeks, and just depends what mood I'm in. But yeah, I think it's about 8 weeks. So what, September, let me look. September.
No, yeah, you'll be about 9 weeks, but no.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. Like realistically, 8 in a couple of days. Well, 8. No, it must be 8 because it's 8 days. It's Sunday. Let me. Yeah, a couple months. 9 weeks and 13 hours.
No.
Have you got time?
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of the fucking like the girls' holiday event things. So what is it? It's 63 days.
Yeah.
So,
oh well, here before you know it.
Yeah. Now this wedding's done. I say that like in a bad way. Like now the wedding's happened and like I've chilled. Like I feel a lot more like ready for the last push. Because my dad's booked a couple weeks holiday in August, which means I've got 2 weeks in the middle of August that I've said to Josh, like, we can just pull out every single gram of food for like 2 weeks. Give me like 9 hours cardio and I'll just smash like the entire prep in 2 weeks and then we can just cruise into the show.
Like, get the job done.
get the job done in 2 weeks. Just fucking let's do it. Let's drop a load of fucking
prep. Shotgun
drop a
prep.
load of D&T and just fucking let me zone out for 2 weeks and it'll be fucking brilliant.
Hey, where's your head at? Are you itching to prep, or are you not at all?
In what sense?
No,
What, like- Oh, Taylor. I was going to say, I was like,
we're getting this fucking house sorted, mate. Honestly.
I'm assuming we haven't said anything, but you obviously put the offer in for that house.
Yeah,
the other day.
fucking-
I'm assuming nothing happened.
Outbid by 5k, which is like, fuck, it's annoying. It's like not a stupid number.
No.
Like it's a number that we could have put in.
If you had the opportunity, would you have like upped it by like 10k for that house?
We're up to by 6. I'm not 10, but I would up.
Well,
to
yeah,
by-
but you know what I mean. Like
yeah,
was that the house that it was like? That
It
was
could
the
have
one
been.
you would have.
it could have been because the location was just ideal.
Yeah.
It would have needed us to renovate the kitchen. We needed us to renovate the kitchen and the dining and to make it like one open plan space. So that'd probably be an additional like 10k.
Yeah.
The bathroom wasn't too bad, like livable for the first couple of years anyway.
But it would then be next project. Kind of thing,
Yeah. But we've seen a house. I'm going to phone tomorrow, try and view it. It's a little bit cheaper, but it literally needs like, it's all like cosmetic stuff really. The bathrooms probably need sorted, so 2 bathrooms done, but I'll be able to get that help from my dad to get them sorted, so that's that covered.
I was going to ask, are you like capable of doing any renovation work?
Nope.
Yeah.
What's the fucking chance, bro? So see, when I was younger, I worked. I was doing like building, like setting up marquees, and I did that for maybe like a couple months. All right, okay. So I thought, oh, the pay's great. You're making a few £100 a day, but like that was fucking laborious, mate. It was tiring, laborious. You'd be out in the piss and rain, and I was like, and since then I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll just pay someone to fucking do it. I was like, I'm never doing that again. It was
But
horrible.
realistically, that's like the 2 ways you look at a house, isn't it? You either look at it and you go, okay, I spend peanuts and I spend all my time doing work, and then that's how I make the money on the house. Or it's just like, okay, I just buy somewhere nice, do a little bit
Buy a
more.
project or a finished project.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, it doesn't like, we need a fresh lick of paint. So we need to paint the rooms. We need to do obviously the 2 bathrooms. So that's probably the biggest thing. We maybe just need like new cabinets, new drawers and stuff for like the
Yeah,
kitchen.
you're not like ripping out entire room. kind of thing, yeah.
Not really. So like the kitchen, the worktops, you can pick a worktop up for a few £100. Like you can get new doors and stuff, like, you know, so we just need to wait and see. But like at this point in the market, it's just fucking stupid, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I like it. So having a conversation the other day, and I was like, unless someone dies and leaves you something, you ain't buying fuck all.
yeah, man. And it's like going over the home report. So it's like, okay, we have the money for a deposit, we have the mortgage in principle, but on top of that, I need an extra 15 to 20k.
It's fucking mad.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. Yeah, 5-10% over the home report. So yeah, an extra within our range is probably about 20k. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's hard, and it's just that I'm traveling an hour a day, and it's fucking tiring me. I'm like, I just want to get something, even if we get a new build, and I know it won't be until the start of next year. At least mentally, I can prepare. It's like, oh, okay, I only got to do this.
you can like tick that box. It's like,
pretty
okay,
much. That's just what I'm looking for now. Like, I was pretty fucking gutted about it. I felt pretty low the day after. I was just like, oh, just fucking want this shit done, man. But like, it'll
Did
happen.
you get like your hopes up as well? Were you like set that there was a
No,
good
because I
chance?
told myself not to, but I've never been in that position where I felt so anxious about something because, you know, it's very strange, man. It's very strange.
It's a big step, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, I want to just get things moving, mate. You know, like it's just like that clarity. Like I'm just looking. For me right now, and I've always been this. It's just like, okay, a list in my head of like, you know, once that's out, that'll free up brain space. Once this is out, free up brain space. You know, so like, although I've caught up on all my client work, okay, well now I'm just like, okay, well now I've got to change this stuff in the sheets and put this in, and then once that's done, you know, it's like there's always something, but this is kind of
Overriding. Yeah.
But we'll get it, man. What are you guys thinking? Are you guys any updates on both you? I mean, you're kind of fucked being where you are, but like,
I know.
you maybe get like a box room.
We really like the idea of moving further north,
Yeah,
as in towards like Manchester type way.
Yeah.
Only reason being we went up there for the first time last year.
Manchester's great, man. It's just
Yeah.
it's like Glasgow.
It was good. Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, that's what I thought. It's like a big Glasgow.
Yeah,
Right.
we loved it, man. We loved it. When we stayed up there, the hotel we stayed in was in an absolute shithole area. Then everywhere surrounding was like, remind us of London, just without the hustle and bustle so much. Yeah, that's the only way I can explain it. But we like the idea of that. But a couple of years yet, man. Just want to get things well established with the business, and I've got a lot to do before that. But yeah.
And how's your coaching going, man? You're looking like you're getting busier and busier, which is fucking
Very good, mate. Very good. Obviously still working a little bit whilst I was away, which benefited massively. But last month, still this month has been like the busiest in terms of like sign-ups and like consults and things like that, which is wicked, man. It just takes time. My thing is like, it's so hard to do. I say so hard to do. It's not hard to do, but it's like you spend so much of your time actually doing the coaching that when you want to push out some content, it's like physically just don't have the time for it, mate. I don't have the time for it. So hopefully things will not die down, but they'll even themselves out with like time management.
Yeah, I think the longer you do it, the more you'll find like things speed up timing wise now more.
Yeah.
Like you block things together nicer, and then so all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I actually have like 3 hours spare one day.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, I can.
Dude, I'll do like a check-in and it's like 10 to 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But like Billy will do a check-in and it's like fucking 15 to 20. And I'm like,
yeah, that's something that has massively changed. That has massively changed. I'd say on average now they're about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They're about 10
it
minutes.
makes such a difference, man. And I think even just for clients, like they probably switch off after a bit as well.
100%. I actually say that when I've done a check-in before and it's gone like past 20 minutes, I say like,
you apologize, don't you? You're like,
fuck is it? Yeah, like,
yeah,
how have I gone on for 20 minutes, man? You really don't need to be doing that. But I don't know if that was a case of like where I was doing it on the side, I was just trying to put so much, I was almost overkill.
Yeah.
It was like paralysis by like over analysis, if you like. I was just trying to drive so much into it and just what needed, probably piling that up with a bit of like junk time and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just finding your feet with things. But
that's like a huge thing for me this year is I found like where I started, it was like, okay, every check-in would take me like a total of like an hour and a half, where it was like I had like forms were so fucked, like it was like take this, move this to here, move that to there, to do this, and then put it together and then go on MyFitnessPal and move everything around. And it's like over the year or so that I've been doing it is like now everything's in one place, it's all streamlined together. Like I can literally from start to finish in a check-in be done in 20 minutes and it's like, okay, next person. And it's like when you put it in the grand scheme, it's fucking
That's really the next thing. Like once I've pulled through, so I'm going to basically transfer my onboarding pack through to the sheet. So it's only 2 documents I need to be aware of. But after that, I'm going to just start creating like a database for foods and training. So pretty much it's just a Dropbox.
I can send you something, mate.
I need to do that, mate. I need to put a Dropbox in. So it's like 100 grams, so 100 grams of chicken is this much, carb, fats and protein. I know off the top of my head, I know that 100 grams of chicken is like, 20, 24, 25, 26 gram of carb. Yeah. But so I can do it quickly now, but just for setups and stuff, like a setup will take me a few hours. Whereas if I can just have the sheets in place, know what foods like Bush populates it right there, I just put in kind of measurements.
So I paid for
like what I need to do now is I need to basically I need to type down the exercise. And then I need to go to another document, copy and paste the exercise cues through. And I need to do that for, say, 7 exercises a session. That takes, say, an extra 30 seconds. So add that up, however fucking long it is, like or longer. Sometimes you got to reformat it. Whereas if I can just create a Dropbox, click the exercise and it goes exercise, boom, I just have to put in the tempo and the tempo and the thing, which I can easily just do as well. I can just create a Dropbox for the tempo. Oh, that looks nice. Who did that? Did you do that for you?
I got this. So like chicken, portion size 100 grams, portion of, say like 1, instantly puts in. So again, like potato, 200 grams, puts it all in. that's then linked to nutrition. So meal one has it all pulled through there. Like, so I paid someone to do it, and then I spent like 2 weeks optimizing it.
Yeah.
But essentially, like if I put in here is like, okay, the goal is like 250 grams of that. That then says, okay, that's times by 4. So that's your calorie intake. So then say it's like 550 grams of fat. Like, okay, there's your total allowance. And like at the bottom here, it's like, okay, all this is what you've got remaining. But like the nice thing that I found with this was food database. Like if I want to add something.
Oh shit! So where did you get that from? Is that just like a
It was a guy called shout out to Geek Sheets.
Fuck, man.
But it was like 200 and something quid, yeah, like Geek Sheets. But they also do it the same with exercise databases. So I had to fill in all the exercises which I use, but like there's way more. So with your training plan, again, like you said, like you can say, okay, push session, blah blah blah, whatever. So if you just want an exercise, it's like, okay, I want like dips, and it's like, okay, it's a push exercise, 2 sets, rep range 8 to 10, tempo, whatever, rest, whatever, description, whatever, link a video. Like this was incredible because the setup time had like went from what would be like 6 hours for me to like I can set someone up in an hour.
Yeah.
So I can send you to like a link to it or something.
I want to get an exercise video sorted well, like a database. Just
Library, I'd love that.
fucking expensive, mate. It's like 2-3 grand.
The one that I saw was really good is a bloke called Kieran. I can't remember what his last name is now, but he's an online coach. And I remember seeing him. He literally had like a month where he got one of his best mates and his clients to just be in the gym and go through every exercise. And he literally spent like a month, like every single day in the gym going through. But he now has like this entire exercise library.
Tay, do you know how you should do it? How I've done some exercise like this before. It's like make it as a reel.
Yeah.
And then when you give the voiceover of that, and then send that to people, that's so easy, man.
Well, yeah, like that's something I've been doing. Is like because I've been putting up a couple more exercise breakdowns. But we'll just look at my Instagram and then.
But you have.
Yeah, so I'll do
That or an easier one as well is on YouTube. There is
Muscle Mentors.
Yeah, Muscle Mentors has an old library.
Yeah.
So I just send people that like a lot of the time with the stuff like cuff lateral raises or something like that. It's just
right, boys. I think I'm going to shoot because I got to get some food in. I'm going to go to.
I'm absolutely starving.
Yeah, I got to get a meal in, and then I'm going to Bo'ness today. It's the Physique Collective, one of the Physique Collective guys, Gareth.
Yeah,
I'm going to go there, meet Joe, Christian, Matt, all that today. So.
Are you training?
Yeah, I train. I fucking shouldn't be, but I'll train anyway. I need a deload desperately.
Arms.
I'm gonna just do a chest and arm day. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, arms and chest.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a bit of delts as well.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
but nothing too taxing. I'll just do higher rep ranges and basically get a big pump and then just
seize the hack squat.
I know, man. I can't. I trained legs yesterday anyway, so we'll see.
Nice bit of networking, mate. But enjoy.
Have a good one.
Right, boys, we'll love you and leave you.
Sweet.
See you next week.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right, boys. I'm shooting off. Take care.
See you guys.
Peace.